up. He said the reason why he decided to train here in the offseason is because he liked the weather. See how you feel about that in August. Thank you so much, Rashawn.
The most interesting thing about the Tyreek Hill to Cowboys conversation is not how loud it sounds, it is how complicated it really is. Because on the surface, this feels easy. Big name, elite speed reputation, massive offensive upside, put him with CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott and watch the fireworks. That is the easy part of the debate. The hard part is deciding whether the version of Tyreek Hill available right now is still the kind of player worth building around, and that is where Dallas would have to be brutally honest. NFL.com reported that Hill was released by Miami in February of 2026 and that he is working back from a major leg injury suffered during the 2025 season. The reporting also made clear that there is real uncertainty about when or even whether he will play in 2026. That means this is not a normal free agent conversation. This is not just, do you want the talent? Of course you want the talent. This is, do you trust the timeline, the health, and the version of the player you are actually getting? That is a totally different question, and it is the one Dallas would have to answer before even thinking seriously about a move like this. From a football fit standpoint, though, the upside is obvious. Brian Schottenheimer is the head coach, and Dallas is still trying to build an offense that can create explosive plays without depending on one single answer every week. Tyreek Hill would change spacing immediately. He would change angles immediately. He would change how defenses rotate immediately. Even if he is no longer peak Tyreek, the threat of his speed still forces respect. And when you pair that with CeeDee Lamb's route running, versatility, and ability to win in multiple areas, you give Dak a much more dangerous board to work with before and after the snap. That is the strongest argument for Dallas doing something bold here. You are not just adding another wide receiver, you are potentially adding an accelerator to the whole offense, a player who changes the math, a player who can open up underneath windows for CeeDee, widen safety help, and force defenses to stop sitting so comfortably on intermediate concepts. That part is real. That part is exactly why teams even entertain these kinds of high-risk swings in the first place. But the counter is just as real. If Hill is not healthy enough to be Hill, then Dallas would be chasing the memory of a player instead of the current value of one, and that is dangerous roster building, especially for a team that does not need a headline nearly as much as it needs reliability. The Cowboys do not need a flashy name who cannot actually tilt the field anymore. They need players who can still do the thing that made them special. With Tyreek, that thing is speed. Pure, violent, game-breaking speed. If the medical picture says that is still there, then the debate becomes real. If it does not, the answer should be no. So my view is this: Tyreek Hill is the kind of move Dallas should evaluate, but only through a cold football lens. Not hype, not nostalgia, not social media chaos. Health, cost, role, and upside. If those boxes check out, the offense could become a nightmare for the rest of the NFC. If they do not, you leave it alone and keep building another way. Cowboys Nation, would you want Dallas to take that swing if the medicals came back clean? Or would you stay away no matter what because the risk is just too high? Let me know in the comments, like the video, and subscribe.